Part 1. Understanding procrastination. Why do we delay?
We've all been there. You've got a deadline approaching, a task to complete, or a project that you know is important, but instead of getting started, you put it off. You tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. But when tomorrow comes, you say it again, and the cycle continues. This is procrastination, and it's something we all struggle with.
But why do we procrastinate? Understanding the root cause is the first step toward breaking this habit. Procrastination isn't just about being lazy or unmotivated, it's often much deeper. It's rooted in fear, perfectionism, or even anxiety. We delay tasks because we're afraid of failure, overwhelmed by the complexity of the task, or we simply don't know where to begin.
Another major factor is instant gratification. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid discomfort. So when faced with a challenging task, we're naturally drawn to distractions, scrolling through social media, watching another episode of a TV show, or doing anything that gives us a quick dopamine hit. These activities feel good in the moment, but they rob us of long-term success.
To break free from procrastination, we need to understand that it's not just about managing time better, it's about managing our emotions. It's about taking control of the psychological triggers that cause us to delay.
Part 2. The power of small steps getting started.
Now that we understand why we procrastinate, the next step is to take action. But how do you actually get started when the task feels overwhelming? The answer lies in the power of small steps.
One of the biggest reasons we delay tasks is because we see them as massive, insurmountable projects. The key to overcoming this is to break it down. Don't think about the entire mountain you have to climb. Instead, focus on the first step in front of you.
For example, if you're working on a big project, don't think about the entire thing. Ask yourself, what's the smallest action I can take right now? Maybe it's opening a document, writing the first sentence, or organizing your thoughts. The important thing is to just start. This breaks the mental resistance and gets you moving. This is known as the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. If it's a larger task, just commit to working on it for 2 minutes. You'd be surprised how often this small start leads to significant progress. Once you're in motion, it's much easier to keep going. The hardest part is always starting.
Remember, action breeds motivation, not the other way around. We often wait for inspiration to strike before we begin. Part 2. But the truth is,
the power of
the simple
consistency.
act of starting creates its own momentum. The more you do, the more motivated you become. Part 3. Overcoming perfectionism, progress over perfection.
Let's talk about one of the biggest reasons people procrastinate. Perfectionism. It's the idea that if something can't be done perfectly, it shouldn't be done at all. But here's the harsh truth: perfection is an illusion. Striving for it only paralyzes you, causing you to delay taking action in the first place. Many people put off important tasks because they fear not meeting their own impossibly high standards. You want every detail to be flawless before you even start. Or you might think, if I can't do this perfectly, why bother? But here's the thing: progress always beats perfection.
Let me share a simple truth. No one ever achieves greatness by waiting for perfection. The most successful people understand that progress is what really matters. They take action, knowing they can always improve later. This mindset shift is crucial in breaking procrastination.
Consider this. Imagine you want to write a book. If you wait until you have the perfect outline, the perfect words, and the perfect setting, you'll never write a single page. Instead, start messy, write a rough draft. It won't be perfect, but it will exist. And once it exists, you can refine it. The key is to get something done, anything, and allow yourself to improve along the way.
This concept applies to anything in life, whether it's work, fitness, learning a new skill, or personal projects. The first version of anything is rarely perfect, and that's okay. It's in the process of doing, refining, and adjusting that true progress is made.
Think about how much time is wasted waiting for the right moment or the perfect conditions. The truth is, there will never be a perfect moment. Conditions are rarely ideal. The only time you have is now, and any action you take, no matter how imperfect, brings you closer to your goal. So, let go of the idea that everything needs to be perfect. Focus on making progress, even if it's imperfect. Every step you take, no matter how small or flawed, is a step toward your ultimate goal. Progress over perfection, always.
Part 4. Building consistency, the key to long-term success. Breaking procrastination isn't just about taking action once. It's about building consistency over time. Consistency is the backbone of success in any area of life. Whether you're trying to build a business, develop a new skill, or achieve personal goals, the problem, staying consistent, is often where most of us stumble.
You may start strong with excitement and motivation, but as the days go by, that energy fades. Suddenly, you find yourself slipping back into old habits of procrastination. So how do you build consistency and make it stick? The answer lies in creating systems, not relying on willpower. Willpower is like a battery. It drains throughout the day. If you're constantly relying on it to stay consistent, you're setting yourself up for failure. That's where systems come in. Systems are routines, habits, and structures you put in place to make progress automatic. They remove the need for constant decision-making and make it easier to stick to your goals.
For example, if you want to exercise consistently, don't leave it up to chance. Create a system where you exercise at the same time each day. Lay out your workout clothes the night before, or set an alarm to remind you. Make it as easy as possible to follow through, so you don't need to rely on willpower when you're tired or unmotivated. Another powerful tool for building consistency is habit stacking. This means attaching a new habit to an existing one. Let's say you want to start journaling every morning. If you already have the habit of drinking coffee first thing in the morning, stack journaling onto that routine. Every time you drink coffee, you write in your journal. This method creates a trigger for the new habit and makes it easier to stay consistent. Consistency also comes from setting realistic goals. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to make huge changes all at once. Start small and build up over time. Instead of saying, "I'll write for an hour every day," start with 10 minutes. Once you've built the habit of showing up, you can gradually increase the time or intensity. The key to long-term consistency is sustainability. Find a rhythm that works for you. And remember that small, consistent actions lead to big results over time. You don't need to be perfect every day. You just need to keep moving forward, even if it's in small increments. And here's an important reminder. Consistency doesn't mean never slipping up. It's okay to miss a day or have an off week. What matters is getting back on track and continuing the journey. Consistency is about progress, not perfection.
Part 5. Staying motivated, keeping the fire alive. Now that you've learned how to take action, overcome perfectionism, and build consistency, there's one final piece of the puzzle: staying motivated. How do you keep the fire alive, especially when the excitement fades, when the progress is slow, or when life throws obstacles in your way?
The truth is, motivation will come and go. It's natural. But what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't is understanding that you don't need to feel motivated to take action. Discipline and habits should carry you through when motivation is low.
However, there are ways to reignite that motivation when it starts to fade. One powerful technique is to constantly reconnect with your why. Why did you set this goal in the first place? What's the bigger purpose behind it? Maybe it's building a better future for your family, gaining financial freedom, or simply proving to yourself that you can do it. When you feel like giving up, remind yourself of this deeper reason. Your why will keep you going when the going gets tough.
Another way to stay motivated is by celebrating small wins. We often think we need to wait until the final goal is achieved to celebrate, but recognizing progress along the way is crucial. Each milestone, no matter how small, is a step closer to your goal. Reward yourself for these victories. This reinforces positive behavior and keeps you motivated to keep pushing forward.
It's also important to surround yourself with positivity and like-minded individuals. The people you spend the most time with have a massive influence on your mindset and motivation. If you're surrounded by negativity or people who don't support your goals, it's easy to lose steam. Find a community, whether online or in real life, that shares your passion and drive. Their energy will keep you going, even when you're feeling low.
Finally, track your progress. It's easy to feel like you're not moving forward when the day-to-day grind feels repetitive. But when you look back at where you started, you'll see how far you've come. Keeping a journal, checklist,
or even a visual progress tracker can help you see the bigger picture and remind you of the growth you've made.
Motivation isn't something you can rely on 100% of the time, but with the right mindset, support system, and consistent habits, you'll find that even when motivation is low, you'll still make progress, and that's the key to success. Keep moving forward, one step at a time, no matter how you feel in the moment.
So, as you move forward, remember, take action, embrace imperfection, stay consistent, and keep your why front and center. You've got everything you need to break procrastination and achieve your goals.
And if this video helped you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Let's keep growing together. See you in the next video.